So good afternoon, Abigail. Good afternoon, Sebastian. How are you doing? Are you fine?
Good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon, Abigail. Are you ready for English? For your English classes? Yes, no. Are you ready or not?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, perfect. That's the answer I wanted. So, good afternoon, Samara. We're gonna talk today about shopping. Do you like shopping or not? When we talk about shopping, so imagine to go to, it could be a local store, right? It could be a market because you can shop and buy tomatoes, potatoes, or you could also go and make shopping and buy clothes, I don't know, jewelry. Yes, whatever you like. I don't know, laptops. So, do you like shopping or not, Sebastian? What about you? Today we're going to talk about shopping. Do you like shopping? Do you have a favorite place?
Yes, teacher. I like go shopping.
Okay, I like shopping or I like going shopping. Could be both. So Sebastian, what do you like shopping? What kind of products? Do you like shopping clothes, sport clothes, I don't know, technology, cell phones, cases, or video games, or I don't know, where else can you buy? Fruit. What do you like shopping, Sebastian?
I like going shopping video game.
Okay, you like buying some videos. Okay. What about you, Abigail? Is it your stuff or not? Are you into shopping?
Yes, teacher, I like
Do you like shopping? What do you like shopping, Abigail? Food, cosmetics, clothes.
cosmetics and clothing.
Okay. So there are some seasons where you have some sales, right? En ciertas temporadas que hay descuentos, and it's good if you take advantage and you go and start shopping. So, Fernando, we're talking about shopping, yeah, because we're going to start unit number 6. Unit number 6 is going to be about shopping. Shopping all around, shopping in a local store, shopping in a market, shopping in a mall, talking in general about shopping. So what about you, Samara? Do you like shopping?
Yes, teacher, I like.
Where do you usually go shopping?
I like to buy sneakers.
Okay, you love sneakers? That's interesting. Do you have a specific place? A local store, market, in a mall? Or probably a specific brand? Where do you buy sneakers? In which place?
The local name is Lojaloan.
Okay.
Purple.
Yeah, that's a local store. The name is Van, right? Yes, so there we're talking about local store. So everybody please, shall we start unit number 6? Yes, as we start talking about shopping, if you see here on page 58, Yeah, could you open please your books on page 58? And here you have a mall, right? Similar to Ventura Mall, similar to, what's the one that is in the Banzer? I don't remember the name. But yeah, it's similar to those, right? I'm gonna make zoom in order to show you. So we already discussed these two questions. Do you like shopping? I know that you love shopping. Sebastian loves shopping video games. Abigail, she likes shopping cosmetics, clothing. And Samara, she likes shopping some sneakers. And here you have the different places, right? A mall, like this mall, like Ventura Mall, right? In downtown, markets, or in the local stores. And here you have a last question. So who do you go with? Who do you usually go with when you're shopping? Fernando, do you have a special person to go shopping, or you go alone by your own?
I go shopping.
Alone or with somebody? Who do you go with?
Eh, no, solo alone creo que dijo solo, ¿no?
Alone? Yes,
Yes.
alone.
Alone
Okay,
go shopping.
I go shopping alone.
Yes.
Okay, that will be the sentence. I go shopping alone, or I go shopping with my mother. I go shopping with my friends. It depends on you. So we're going to listen to Kirsten and Tom. Where do they like shopping? I want you to tell me the place. Do they like local stores and markets, or do they prefer a mall? And why? Please, I want you to tell me the reason. Why do they prefer local store and markets? Or why do they prefer a mall? Yes? Only those two questions, please. Those are simple questions. Where do they like shopping and why? So we're going to listen. I'm going to check if I'm sharing the audio. Yes. Okay, I'm sharing the audio. Let's listen, please, everybody. Pay attention.
Unit 6, Transcript 6.1, page 58. Exercise 3. 1.
I shop at Times Square. It's a big shopping mall near where I live. I get almost everything there. I buy food in the supermarket on the ground floor. On the first floor, there are lots of clothing stores and boutiques and a big department store. At the top, there are music stores and computer stores and a sports shop. There are movie theaters and bars and restaurants too. You can spend the whole day there. It's all very convenient. I love it.
2.
I shop at local stores and the market downtown. The quality is good, especially fresh food. I never go to the mall for food. I think the mall is stressful. I don't like it. There are lots of people and noise and no natural light. You can find everything you want: food, clothes, things for the house at the local stores in town. The mall is only good if you want to buy a computer or jewelry or a camera or something like that. The problem is that the small stores are closing because everyone goes to the mall. It's very sad for local businesses.
Okay, there you have Kirsten and Tom with different opinions, right? So let's see if you managed to understood what Tom said. Yes, I'm going to listen to Pedro. Pedro, what about Tom? Where does he like shopping? Local store or at the mall?
At the local store and markets.
Okay, do you know why? What's the reason?
Mm, A ver.
Why does Tom like shopping at local stores? Are you sure, Pedro, it was Tom or Kirsten? Are you sure Tom likes local stores?
Yes.
Okay. So could you tell me why? What's the reason he prefers local stores and not mall?
Okay. Sería pues no, me estoy chipando solo.
Okay. Anyway, we have the same reasons. Yes. For example, when I prefer going to a mall, it's because I know different options, right? Sí, todos preferimos
Okay.
a veces el mall, a veces una tienda local o el mercado. But it depends on you. Sometimes you are looking for something that is cheap, that is not expensive. So you'll go to a market, to a local store, right? Probably it's 10 bolivianos a t-shirt. But if you are looking for quality, I don't know, different options, different brands, ¿sí? Si está buscando distintas marcas, distintas opciones, so you go to a mall. There you have, I don't know, the 2021, H&C, yes, different brands. And the reason why, probably it's because it's convenient, it's a good quality. If it's in the local store, probably it's because, I don't know, it's cheap, yes, and you can walk on the street. There's not a lot of noisy, I don't know, different options. But we're going to see, what about Tom? So, Abigail, do you agree with Pedro? Do you think Tom likes going to local stores and markets? What do you think, Abigail? What does Tom prefer?
Letter B.
Okay. So, at the mall, do you know why? You remember?
Porque le gustaba hacer sus compras de de música o algo así.
Okay, could be. Yeah, we're gonna listen. Thank you, Abigail. We're gonna check if it's because he prefers some musical instruments or I don't know. What about Kirsten? So let's listen to Fernando. Fernando, what do you think about Kirsten? Where does she like shopping? Local stores or the mall?
Eh, local store. No, era supermarket. Creo que escuché algo que dijo.
Okay, could be. Could be supermarket, could be something like market or local store. And did you listen why? Why she prefer supermarket?
Entendí algo que algo de computadoras, creo que compraba o algo así.
Okay, we're going to see if she talks about computers or not. So, everybody please pay attention. We're going to listen one more time, listen again, and decide if these 4 sentences are true or false. Yes, remember if you write false, you have to tell me why, or what's the incorrect word. First of all, let's understand the sentences. ¿Sí? Primero, antes de escuchar, vamos a tratar de entender cada oración. Kirsten buys everything at the mall. Tom thinks the mall is stressful. So probably the name is incorrect, probably the place is incorrect. So you have to be carefully, yeah, you have to pay attention. Number 3, she doesn't spend a lot of time at the mall. And number 4, Tom never buys anything at the mall. So we're going to listen one more time, and you tell me if it's true or false, these 4 sentences, yeah? If here in number 1 it's Kirsten or it's Tom. Who is the correct person? So everybody, please, shall we listen? Pay attention. Try to tell me where do they like shopping and why. What's the reason they prefer local stores or mall? And so let's listen, please.
Unit 6, Transcript 6.1, page 58. Exercise 3. 1.
I shop at Times Square. It's a big shopping mall near where I live. I get almost everything there. I buy food in the supermarket on the ground floor. On the first floor, there are lots of clothing stores and boutiques and a big department store. At the top, there are music stores and computer stores and a sports shop. There are movie theaters and bars and restaurants too. You can spend the whole day there. It's all very convenient. I love it.
Okay, Rory, remember that that's Tom. He says that he prefers shopping in a place that it's named Square, right? Times Square. It's a big place. You have a lot of stores. You have boutiques. You have a cinema. You have sports stores. Yes, you have restaurants. So it's very convenient. Yeah, he loves buying in that place. So what is that place? Pedro, probably now you know what's that place. Is it a local store market or a mall? Where does Tom prefer shopping?
The mall store.
Yes, it's at the mall, right? So Tom prefers shopping at the mall. And why can you tell me the reason why?
Mm, em, mm, ¿Formular la pregunta era? ¿O ya me chipeas ahorita otra vez?
We're talking about Tom, and here you say that he likes shopping at the mall. That's correct. Yes, he likes shopping at the mall. But why? Why does he like shopping at the mall?
Mm,
¿Usted por qué preferiría ir al Ventura Mall o a Las Brisas?
Ir de compras,
Why?
normal.
Why?
Mm, Clothing.
Okay. Yes, you have stores,
Restaurant.
you have restaurants.
También puede. Shows, zapatos.
Yeah, you can buy shoes. So normally we prefer a mall because you have everything, right? You can watch a movie, go to the cinema. If you are hungry, you can go to the restaurants and eat with your friends. If you want some clothes, so you can go and see the stores there. Yeah, so at the mall you have everything. You have cinemas, like in Ventura Mall, right? You have Cinemark, and then you have some restaurants like Casalcamba, Burger King, I don't know, any other restaurants. And then if you want to play games with your friends, you go at the 3rd floor. So remember that Tom, he's talking about on the 1st floor you have this and this. on the second floor is the cinema. Yes? So it's a big place. Tom likes shopping at the mall because it's a big place, right? It's very convenient. That's the word he says. That's the word he uses. It is very convenient. So now let's look at the sentences. Yes? So Tom thinks the mall is stressful. What do you think about this sentence? Let's listen to, let me check who is here. And yes. So Sebastian, what do you think about this sentence, number 2? Tom thinks the mall is stressful. Do you think that's a true sentence or a false sentence?
True sentences?
Okay. Tom thinks the mall is stressful. Yes? Are you sure? But he said, here you have that Tom likes shopping at the mall because it is very convenient. What do you think? Tom thinks the mall is stressful?
No, entonces sería false.
Yes, number 2 is false, right? Remember that Tom, he likes shopping at the mall. Yes, he prefers the mall because it's very convenient. You have everything. You have restaurants, you have cinema, you have stores, clothing, sports stores, musical stores, whatever you want, right? What about number 4? Let's listen to Samara. He never buys anything at the mall. What do you think about number 4, Samara? Is it true or false? Never buys anything at the mall.
It is false.
Okay. Yes, it's false. Yeah, he says that he buys everything at the mall, right? He likes the mall because he can buy anything. He can buy, I don't know, from shoes to go to a cinema, to popcorn, let's say. So number 4, it's false. Tom thinks the mall is stressful. No, he loves the mall. Remember that the word stressful is something that causes stress, right? Es estresado. Yes? Tom thinks the mall is stressful, que le causa estrés. No, that's not true. That's false. He never buys anything at the mall. Well, no. He says he prefers the mall because you have everything. Now, everybody please, I want you to pay attention to Kirsten. Yes? Let's pay attention to Kirsten, and I want you to tell me, where does she like shopping? At local stores and markets or at the mall? And why? And you have to tell me number 1 and 3 are true or false. Yes? Let's listen one more time. Give me a second, I'm gonna play the audio. Yes, so everybody please listen.
2,
I shop at local stores and the market downtown. The quality is good, especially fresh food. I never go to the mall for food. I think the mall is stressful. I don't like it. There are lots of people and noise and no natural light. You can find everything you want: food, clothes, things for the house at the local stores in town. The mall is only good if you want to buy a computer or jewelry or a camera or something like that. The problem is that the small stores are closing because everyone goes to the mall. It's very sad for local businesses.
Okay, so what do you think about Kirsten? Here we have all the opposite. So let's listen to Edson. Edson, where do you think that Kirsten likes shopping? At local stores and markets or at the mall?
Creo que escuché at the mall, teacher.
Yes, you think she likes shopping at the mall? Okay, we're going to listen one more time. This time I'm going to show you the transcription. Yes, I cannot zoom this, but I hope that you can read. Vamos a volver a escucharlo, sí, porque creo que no están, bueno, no están comprendiendo muy bien. Pero esta vez vamos a tratar de leer. No puedo hacerlo más grande, but we're going to try to read, yes? So let's start listening to Tom, and then we're going to listen one more time to Kirsten. Yes, let's listen, everybody, please.
Unit 6, Transcript 6.1, page 58. Exercise 3. 1.
I shop at Times Square. It's a big shopping mall near where I live. I get almost everything there. I buy food in the supermarket on the ground floor. On the first floor, there are lots of clothing stores and boutiques and a big department store. At the top, there are music stores and computer stores and a sports shop. There are movie theaters and bars and restaurants too. You can spend the whole day there. It's all very convenient. I love it.
Okay, so here we have to Tom. He goes to Times Square. Yeah, that is this shopping that you have in the picture. So this is a mall, right? It's a big place because you have on the ground floor, en la planta baja, on the ground floor, you have a supermarket, like Hipermaxi, let's say. On the first floor, en el primer piso, there are lots of clothing stores, boutiques, big department store. At the top, en el último piso, there are music stores and computer stores and a sports shop. There are movie theaters, bars, restaurants. You can spend the whole day there. It's all very convenient. I love it. So now, let's listen to Kirsten. Yes, and let's see what does she prefer. She prefers a mall or local stores.
2.
I shop at local stores and the market downtown. The quality is good, especially fresh food. I never go to the mall for food. I think the mall is stressful. I don't like it. There are lots of people and noise and no natural light. You can find everything you want: food, clothes, things for the house at the local stores in town. The mall is only good if you want to buy a computer or jewelry or a camera or something like that. The problem is that the small stores are closing because everyone goes to the mall. It's very sad for local businesses.
Okay, there you have Kirsten's answer. So now Edson, probably now it was a little better. Edson, what do you think about Kirsten? Where does she like shopping?
Compra cámaras.
No, she doesn't buy cameras, but first of all, let's answer the first question. Where? Where does she like shopping? At local stores and markets or at the mall?
At local stores, teacher.
Yes, so if we give a complete answer, we're going to say Kirsten likes shopping at local stores, right? She likes shopping at local stores and markets. Do you remember why, Edson?
En el último piso, si no me equivoco, era.
The top floor. At the top floor, that was Tom. Sí, ese era Tom, el que habló del Times Square, right? But what about Kirsten? She likes shopping at local stores. So normally local stores are on the street, right?
No sé. Oh, teacher, no remember.
No? Anything?
Creo que mi señal ahora sí.
I just want you to tell me why. So, Edson, try to think about yourself. Yes? When you go to local stores and markets, why do you prefer going to local stores and markets? Si hablamos de nosotros, ¿por qué prefiere ir a un mercado? A la ramada. ¿Por qué prefiere ir a los pozos? Bueno, si no prefiere no pasa nada, pero trate de pensar. ¿Por qué preferiría ir a las tiendas locales que se encuentran en el centro?
Teacher, no sé cómo decirlo en inglés. No recuerdo.
But in
¿Es
Spanish you
más
can say
barato?
yes, because
¿Por qué es más barato?
it's cheap, right? Because it's cheap.
Sí.
Yes, it's cheap. Well, according to Kirsten, she doesn't like that there is no light, right? Real light. A ella no le gusta el hecho de que no haya una luz del sol, because you go to a mall and everything is with light, bulb light, right? That it's not real, it's not the sunlight. So that's what she doesn't like. According to Kirsten too, she doesn't like noise. So she says that in the mall there's a lot of noise. Sí, eso es lo que no le gusta a Kirsten cuando va a un mall. So she prefers local stores and markets because it's cheap. Yes? So when you have these type of questions, try to give me these complete answers. ¿Sí? Cuando tengan este tipo de preguntas, que en los exámenes también lo tienen, traten de escribir estas respuestas completas. Where do they like shopping and why, right? So we're going to say Tom likes, no nos vamos a olvidar de la S si hablamos de he or she. He likes shopping at the mall because it is very convenient. Or Kirsten likes shopping at local stores and markets because it is cheap. Yes? So this is the way that we answer in English. And now, what about sentences 1 and 3? Are they true or false? Fernando, could you read number 1?
¿Qué es lo que compra, no?
No, I just want you to read number 1 and tell me if it's true or false.
Is false.
Yes, it's false because Kirsten, she doesn't like the mall, right? Kirsten buys everything at the mall? No, that's false. Kirsten buys everything at local stores, at market. She says that in the market she has fresh fruit. Sí, en los mercados encuentra fruta fresca, verduras frescas, whereas in the mall, no, she doesn't like. What about number 3? We're going to listen now to Janet. Janet, what about sentence number 3? She doesn't spend a lot of time at the mall. Is this sentence true or false?
True.
Okay, she doesn't spend a lot of time at the mall. Could be true, but she doesn't go to the mall, right? At first. Antes que nada tenemos que saber que ella no va al mall. So she doesn't spend a lot of time at the mall. Probably it's true, because probably with some friends she has to go, but she's not going to like to stay a lot of time. Okay, so here we have number 1. It was false, right? Here. I'm gonna open a new window here. Okay, so number 1 was false. Number 2, it was false too. Tom thinks the mall is stressful. False. Tom loves the mall, right? He loves the mall. What about number 3? She doesn't spend a lot of time at the mall. Yep, that's true. And number 4, he never buys anything at the mall. No, that's false. He buys everything at the mall, right? Tom buys everything at the mall. So, we're going to listen one more time. That's for you in order to understand the audio. ¿Sí? Tenemos que mejorar la comprensión de los listening. Así que vamos a volver a escuchar una vez más. If you have any question, if there is a word that you didn't understand, you can tell me. I'm going to send you this. Yep. I'm going to send you the transcription here at the message. And I'm going to send you to WhatsApp. So English class.
Teacher, buenas tardes.
Yes. No, not yet, Dana. Don't worry. So I'm going to send you this. Here you have the transcription. We're going to listen one more time. And if there is a word that you don't understand, you can ask me. Yes? Vamos a volver a escuchar el audio. Si hay alguna palabra que no entiendan, you can ask me later. But remember that Tom, he loves Times Square. Times Square is like Ventura Mall. It's a mall, right? And Kirsten, she likes shopping at local stores and market. Yes? So now, let's try to pay attention to this. Everybody please listen carefully to the audio.
Unit 6, Transcript 6.1, page 58. Exercise 3. 1.
I shop at Times Square. It's a big shopping mall near where I live. I get almost everything there. I buy food in the supermarket on the ground floor. On the first floor, there are lots of clothing stores and boutiques, and a big department store. At the top, there are music stores and computer stores, and a sports shop. There are movie theaters and bars and restaurants too. You can spend the whole day there. It's all very convenient. I love it.
2.
I shop at local stores and the market downtown. The quality is good, especially fresh food. I never go to the mall for food. I think the mall is stressful. I don't like it. There are lots of people and noise and no natural light. You can find everything you want: food, clothes, things for the house at the local stores in town. The mall is only good if you want to buy a computer or jewelry or a camera or something like that. The problem is that the small stores are closing because everyone goes to the mall. It's very sad for local businesses.
Okay, probably when you listen to Kirsten and you see camera, it was because she said that at the mall, right? The mall is only good if you want to buy computer, jewelry, or cameras. Yes, according to Kirsten, según Kirsten, el mall es solamente bueno cuando quieren comprar tecnología, cuando quieren comprar computadoras, celulares, algunas joyas o cámaras, right? So there you go. But the problem is that the small stores are closing, right? Because you can find that at local stores too. Like, I don't know, like in Ramada, right? That would be a local store. But that's the problem. So people prefer going to malls and the local stores are closing. So do you have any question about this vocabulary? A word that was difficult?
Teacher, almost, ¿qué significaría ahí?
Okay, where is it?
La parte de almost. I get almost this.
Casi, almost es como casi. Okay, yes.
That's
It's a big shopping mall near where I live. I get almost everything there. Sí, consigo casi todo. Consigo casi todo en ese lugar. I get almost everything there. Almost es casi. Yeah, so then he starts describing on the ground floor. Luego empieza a describir piso por piso. Ground es planta baja. ¿Sí? On the ground floor, on the first floor, luego tenemos el primer piso, and at the top, el último piso. Yes, that's the top. But when we talk about local stores, so we don't have floors, right? We walk on the street. Cuando hablamos de tiendas locales o el mercado, caminamos en la calle. Ahí no tenemos pisos. Any other word? No more words? Okay, anyway, right now we're going to talk about vocabulary. Yes? So I want you please to look at here at this page. Well, this part, page 59. Key vocabulary. Stores and items, right? So the things that you can find in these stores. Which of the places in the box can you find in a mall? Which can you find downtown only? So here you have two columns, two different things, right? Which of these places can you find in a mall? ¿Cuál de estos lugares solamente se encuentra en un mall? Which can you find downtown? ¿Cuáles puede encontrarlos solamente en la ciudad, en el centro de la ciudad, right? Downtown. So let's make two columns, please. And I want you to tell me which can you find in a mall, which in downtown. I'm going to give you 1 minute to look at these words and separate, right? If you have a problem with a word, you can ask me. Si hay alguna palabra que no entienden, pueden preguntar. So we have bakery, bookstore, boutique, butchers, cafe, clothing store, computer store, kiosk, convenience store, department store, grocery store, market stall, movie theater, music store, newsstand, pharmacy, restaurant. So some of these words we have already looked. Si algunas de estas palabras ya la hemos visto. If you want to remember, we have seen, I think, on page 45. Yeah, it was on page 45. Yeah, if you want to check, we have looked those places here. You remember here newsstand, right? Here you have picture M, newsstand. So if we go and look at newsstand, picture M, yes, you remember this? This is a newsstand. Here you have a local store, of course. So let's come back to page 59. Yes? So on your notebooks, please, I want you to make a column. Anyway, I'm going to make it one here at Word. So just two columns, right? Places in a mall and places okay. Which places do you find in a mall? So I'm going to take advantage and call the attendants. Meanwhile, you start doing that, right? Voy a llamar la lista de asistencia mientras van separando los lugares. Abigail is here. What about Brisa? Is Brisa here? No. What about Carlos? Is Carlos here? Dana is here. Edson is here. Stephanie, is Stephanie here? No, Stephanie? What about Gonzalo? Is Gonzalo here? No. What about Harold? Is Harold here? Janet? Is Janet here? What about
Present, teacher.
Okay, yes, you were here. Thank you, Janet. What about Jose Luis? Is Jose Luis here? What about Juan Carlos?
Present, teacher.
Thank you. Nady, is Nady here?
Teacher, ella hoy día en la mañana se desmayó y no sé si seguirá mal.
Okay. Okay, thank you for telling me. I hope that she's fine. What about Oliver? Is Oliver here? No, Oliver? Pedro is here. Ronatan. Is Ronatan here? No, Ronatan? Samara is here. Sebastian is here. Sharisti and Jordi. What about Sharisti?
Present, teacher.
Jordi, you're here? Yes. And Sharisti?
Yes.
Sharisti is not here. Okay. So who is going to help me with places in a mall? Okay, Abigail. Which places do you find in a mall? Could you tell me?
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
Café.
Okay, yes, you have a lot of cafe like Starbucks, like Juan Valdez. Another place in a mall?
Bookstore.
Okay, we're going to see that word. Something else?
Computer store.
Computer store.
Department store.
Okay.
Convenience store.
Store.
Music store.
Music store.
Market store.
Okay, we're gonna see what's a market stall.
Shoe store.
Shoe store. Yes, of course. Like Adidas, Nike.
Sports shop.
Sports shop. Yes.
Supermarket.
Yeah. Some malls have supermarket.
Restaurant.
Of course, you have a lot of restaurants in mall.
Movie theater.
Movie theater. Yes.
Clothing store.
Okay, clothing stores. Clothing store.
Sports center.
Could be a sports center, yes. We have normally gimnasios, right? Sports center. Okay.
Creo que nada más, teacher.
So now, what about bookstore? Well, bookstore is not common to be found in a mall. Bookstore es una librería. We're going to find. Yes, when we talk about bookstores, so we normally talk about these kind of things, right? These are not common in a mall. Yes, bookstores are not common in a mall. So I think we're going to move here to places downtown. What else? So market stall. What is a market stall? We're going to look here. Okay. What do you think? Do you think we're going to find this at Ventura Mall? A market stall? This is a market stall. What do you think, Abigail? Is this common to be in a mall?
No, teacher.
No, right? This is more common downtown, when you walk on the street. Yes. What else? So we're going to see what is a department store and convenience store. Probably these words are new for you. So yeah, department store is the whole thing that you have in a mall. Yes, that is a department store. No hay una traducción específica, pero es como un departamento donde se encuentran muchas tiendas, right? Es el conjunto. That's a department store. Then, if you have convenience store, I'm going to look at that. What about convenience store? It's the whole opposite, right? It's convenient. It comes from the word convenient because it's easy to be found. Sí, es fácil de encontrar. So that's why the word is convenience store, because probably you live here and on the corner you have a store, a local store. So Abigail, do you think a convenience store is more at the mall or downtown?
Found downtown.
Yes, it's more probably to be found downtown, right? There we have. So we're going to eliminate from there and copy here. Okay, I think that was all. Yes, so now, yeah, and then everything is fine. Thank you so much, Abigail. That was perfect. So now we're going to listen to Janet. Janet, what can you tell me about downtown? Which places can be found downtown? So we have bookstore, market stall, convenience store. What else? Janet? Are you here?
Yes.
Okay. So which places can you find downtown? Yes, if you remember, we can take a look here. What about these places?
Restaurant.
Okay, yes, restaurants are downtown and in a mall, right? Restaurant. What else?
Bakery.
Bakery. Yes, that's more common to be downtown. Bakery.
Cake shop.
Pardon? Cake shop? Which one is that?
Sports shop.
Sports shop? Yes, well, sports shops, yes, could be downtown or also in a mall. What about butchers, kiosk? What else? Bookstore is already downtown. What about grocery store, newsstand, pharmacy?
Pharmacy, news,
Newsstand, yes. You remember newsstand?
kiosk,
Pardon? Oh, kiosk, yes. So, of course, we have a lot of kiosks downtown.
computer store,
Yes, we can find computer stores downtown. It's more common at malls, but they also have the local stores. What about butchers, boutique? What else?
boutique, y butchers,
Okay, butchers. You understand what is a butcher? So in Santa Cruz, we love meat. Well, Santa Cruz is very well known because of meat. So what is a butcher? If you look at here, what is a butcher? This is a butcher store. Yes, you normally go to markets, right? Like for example, Abasto market. Where else? I think the Abasto market is the most popular. Yes, in order to buy meat. And what else did you say? Boutique. So we're going to see what is a boutique. Yes, because it's total. We can find normally at malls, but yeah, it's true that you can find downtown too when you walk on the street. But normally boutiques are at malls. Yes. You have a nice place, well, neat. But yeah, so we have a lot of places that we can find in both, right? In a mall and downtown. So here you have boutique. But here you also have boutique. Okay. And we're going to check our sentences. Well, this cannot tell me a lot of things. But I'm going to tell you that a cafe could also be found downtown, right? What else? Music store is normal to be downtown too. Shoe store, sport shop, supermarket is not necessary to be in a mall. Restaurants, well, movie theater, they are more common in a mall, right? Clothing store is also common downtown. So most of these places could be found downtown. Yes, it's not necessary to be only in a mall. That's why we have repeated. But on the other hand, there are some places that cannot be in a mall, right? Normalmente muchos de estos lugares pueden estar en la calle, but some of these places cannot be in a mall. It's not common, right? No es muy común encontrarse una tienda de frutas in a mall, right? A bookstore in a mall. Or probably, well, pharmacy, yes, we have. But newsstand, no, we don't have newsstand in a mall. Or butchers, right? So there are some places that cannot be in a mall. Now that we know the difference, we're going to notice here this part. Yes? What's the difference between a store or a shop? What is the difference? And we're going to listen to Juan Carlos. Juan Carlos, please, could you read this? What's the difference between a store and shop? Because here you have, right, sports shop. shoe store, music store. So Juan Carlos, could you read this?
Shoe.
Could you read this part? Notice.
Moment. However, we can sometimes say store or shop with no different in meaning.
Mm-hmm.
A bookstore or a bookshop.
Yes.
Bookshop. Bookstores.
But no,
Okay.
we can say both. Sí podemos decir de las dos formas. But we have here but.
We say convenience store, department store, not convenience shop or department shop.
Thank you so much. So everybody, please, I just want you to focus on convenience store and department store. Yes? Los otros lugares pueden decirlos con shop or store, right? For example, computer shop, computer store, clothing shop, clothing store, bookstore, bookshop. Yeah, but be careful with convenience and department store. Yes? What's the difference between a store or shop? There's no difference in meaning. We can sometimes say store or shop with no difference in meaning. ¿Sí? Sin ninguna diferencia. Podemos decir de las dos formas. But we always use convenience store and department store. Okay? So please don't change those two. Okay? That's the only thing. So let's classify these places into if it's a food, if it's clothes and fashion, if it's an urban place, if it's other thing. So here you have 4 things, right? Write the places in A in the correct circles. How many stores and items go in more than one circle? How do you say these places in your language? So remember that here we have the places. We're going to classify them into if it's about food, if it's about clothes, if it's about urban places like a park or other. Yes? So who is going to help me with food? I'm going to call one person. So Edson, could you help me? When we talk about food, which places would you say that we have enough food?
Restaurants.
Of course, we have restaurants. What else? ¿Qué otro lugar habla de comida? También tomar las bebidas también es comida.
Okay, café.
Yes, café. That's it. Son los únicos lugares donde se puede conseguir comida.
Teacher, carnicería sería solamente una
Yes,
un
it's
store,
food.
¿no? Una tienda.
Yes, butcher.
Okay.
How do we say carnicería? Butcher.
Butchers.
Bueno, acá tenemos la profesión, ¿no? Butcher es carnicero. ¿Sí? Butcher es carnicero. Pero al agregarle el apóstrofe y la S, que es de pertenencia, ya se hace la carnicería, ¿no? La tienda, el lugar. Hay muchos lugares que solamente por agregarle al apóstrofe y la S, ya se hace un lugar. Pero butcher es la profesión, carnicero. ¿Ok? But the place, it's butchers, of course.
Sí,
Okay.
creo que solamente serían eso, teacher.
Yes, are you sure? What about fruit, snacks? Where can you find those things? If you want some chips, If you want some tomatoes.
Supermarket?
Yes, supermarket, right? Do you remember what was a market stall? What was a convenience store? What is a bakery? What is a kiosk? Do you remember? Shall we look again one more time at market stall?
Bakery ya estaba, teacher, en el libro, en el círculo.
Okay, it was the example, right? Bakery. Okay, what do you think about market stall?
Verdura. Sí, estaría market stall.
Market stall. Yes, bakery is the example. What about convenience store? Do you remember what is a convenience store? ¿Por qué lleva el nombre de convenience? Because
Conveniente.
Yes, because it's easy to find, so it's probably at the corner of your house. So probablemente es conveniente porque está cerca, está en la esquina de su casa. So I'm going to show you one more time the picture of a convenience store. Yes, this is a convenience store. It's like a small supermarket. Sí, en muchas estaciones de gasolina hay convenience store. Okay. So thank you so much, Edson. That was all about food. Shall we go with another person? Nini, you told me that she's a little bad. So let's go with Juan Carlos. Juan Carlos, what about the next bubble? What about clothes and fashion? Which places are about clothes and fashion?
Ahora sí, okay, teacher. Clothing store.
Of course, we have the clothing store.
Yes. Shoe store.
Okay.
Boutique, no estoy seguro qué es eso. ¿Podría
Sí.
decir?
Es como un lugar bonito que normalmente lo van a acomodar con sillones de lujo, buena iluminación y es para vender ropa normalmente. Sí, es una boutique.
Creo que eso nomás veo. No, es Sports Shop, algo por ahí.
Okay. Sport shop, yes, of course.
But Sports Center no creo. That's awesome.
Yes, a sports center is not about clothes.
Creo que
Okay. Yes, I think that's all. Probably some supermarkets, but it depends on the supermarket, right?
¿Pueden repetirse la palabra?
Yes, of course, you can repeat. Here you have. How many stars and items go in more than one circle, right? They go in more than one circle. Thank you so much, Juan Carlos. Let's go to the next bubble. We're going to go with Pedro. Pedro, what about when we talk about urban places? ¿Sí? Lugares urbanos. What can you find in urban places? Is Pedro here?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So Pedro, when talking about urban places, what do you see?
Nos referimos a cosas así de la calle, como una placita, algo así.
Yes, but normally a los kioscos, a las tiendas que están en plena calle, right? Those are urban places.
Sería kiosk.
Okay.
Newsstand.
Newsstand. Newsstand.
No sé si se dirá así, pero square, creo que significa plaza.
Square.
Sí, square.
Well, we don't have that word here, but yes, it's an urban place.
Pharmacy.
Okay, why not? Pharmacy.
Bakery, ¿qué significa, teacher?
Bakery. Bakery comes from the verb bake. El verbo bake es hornear. So bakery es donde hay tortas, horneaditos, postres. That's a bakery. Yes, and bakery it's in food. We have bakery in food.
Eso sería algo más sería también.
Yes, I think it's fine. And the last circle is about other, right? Probably other could be entertainment, I don't know, other kind of shops, other kind of stores. So for this, who is going to help me? Shall we listen to Dana? Dana, when talking about other stores, other shops, what do you have here? Dana? No, Dana? It's not here. So let's go with Jordi. Jordi, please, could you help me with other? So that it's not in the category of food, it's not in the category of clothes, fashion, it's not in urban places, but other. Could be entertainment, could be leisures.
Sports center.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's for fitness, right? Sports center.
Movie theater.
Of course, it's for entertainment, movie theater.
Music store.
Yes, music store.
Computer store.
Computer store, perfect.
Department store.
Okay, department store, yeah, it's in order.
Grocery store dentro, yeah.
Grocery?
Ajá.
Well, grocery will be in food.
Okay,
Yes.
ya. Creo que eso nomás sería.
I'm going to put it here anyway. Grocery store. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, this is correct. This is perfect. Remember, please, about I'm going to highlight these two words, department store and convenience store. Sí, acuérdense que esas dos palabras no pueden usar shop. Después pueden decir computer shop, music shop, shoe shop, sport shop, right? Pueden usar shop con cualquiera, menos con department store and convenience store. Okay? That's the only thing that I want you to focus. And then the word pharmacy. Well, in American English we say pharmacy, but in British English we're going to say drugstore. Yeah, why? Because it's a store where you can have drugs. Sí, es una tienda donde se consiguen drogas. No drogas de alucinógenas, pero como sulfa, ampicilina, ese tipo, ¿no? That's why it's called drugstore. Now, thank you, Jordi. Let's see the difference that you have here. What's the difference between these two verbs? Sí, aquí shop ya está como un verbo. What is shop or buy? So, everybody, please, I want you to read this part. We're going to listen to Samara. Samara, what's the difference between shop and buy?
¿Y le digo la diferencia?
I want you to read this box. I want you to read. Sí, solamente quiero que lea estos ejemplos. We can say
I go shopping at the mall.
yes, so here you have the difference between shop and go shopping, right? You can say any of those two. And Samara, the next one, we use buy.
I buy my food at the market.
Okay, thank you so much, Samara. So that's the difference between shop. I shop at the market, right? And when you say buy, so it's because you get the things. Yes? Well, I know that you already know the difference. Because buy is when you have the thing. It belongs to you. ¿Sí? Cuando ya lo compramos nos pertenece. Pero cuando vamos de compras a comprar es solamente ir a ver. But buy is when you get the things. So that's the difference. I think this is not difficult. Anyway, I cannot say, yeah. So there you have. Now, we're going to continue doing some exercises now that we talk a lot about vocabulary, right? Look again at the list of stores and items in the key vocabulary. Which do you go to every day? Which of those places you go once or twice in a week? Or which of those places you almost never go? Yes? Yeah, so I want you to think about these three questions and tell me. And finally, we're going to discuss these questions. How often do you go shopping in your local mall? Which stores do you visit there? What do you buy? What else do you do there? Right? Es lo que estábamos hablando al principio, pero esta vez más específico and in English, of course, in inglés. So, how often do you go shopping in your local mall? Which stores do you visit there? What do you buy? What else do you do there? I'm going to give you my example, and then I want you to tell me your examples. Yes, we're going to do it here at the message. So you remember the question of frequency? How often? Every day, once a week, every Sunday. How often do you go shopping in your local mall? Well, I almost never go shopping in my local mall. I think I go twice a year. Yes, I go twice a year. So I go shopping, right? I go shopping at the mall twice a year. Which stores do you visit there? That's a good question. Well, I don't visit more stores. Sorry, here is missing the mall. Right. I want you please to start thinking about your answers, yes? Empiecen a pensar sus respuestas para estas preguntas. You have here 4 questions, so I need 4 answers. I go shopping at the mall twice a year. Which stores do you visit there? So I visit, I don't know, clothing stores, right? Clothing stores. If you visit more places, you can tell me. I go to the movie theater. Yes. And the next question is, what do you buy? Well, I usually buy clothes, right? I rarely, let's use this adverb. I rarely buy clothes. What else do you do there? Well, I normally go in order to eat food, right? I normally go to the restaurants. With my family. What about you? What do you do? So here I have my 4 answers. Remember that I want you to start with capital letter and finish with a period, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yes, so if you already have your answers, please, I want you to write at the messages. Anyway, I'm going to copy this. Here you have. So the task now, answer the 4 questions here. Yes? Do I have your messages or not? Yeah, this is my example. I go shopping at the mall twice a year. I visit clothing stores. I go to the movie theater. I rarely buy clothes, right? I normally go to the restaurants with my family. And you? What do you usually go? What do you usually do at malls? What do you buy? Could you answer the questions here, please? I'm going to delete this picture. Yes, here we're talking about frequency. How often do you go shopping? How often? Every weekend? Every month? Twice a month? Which stores do you visit? Do you visit Nike? So that's a shoe shop or shoe store or a sports store. Do you visit, what's the name of this shop? Fair Play. Do you visit Bata? What do you visit? And what do you buy? Because it's different to visit and buy, right? Do you buy computers? Do you buy cell phones? What else do you do there? What else? ¿Qué más? ¿Qué más haces en ese lugar? Do I have your answers? Yes, could you write please your messages here? I want to read your messages and check them. Thank you, Juan Carlos.
No, teacher, me equivoqué.
You copy my message and paste it again.
Yes.
Why, Juan
Lo
Carlos?
envié sin querer.
No, I don't want you to copy. I want you to write your own sentences. Okay, Sebastian, what about you? Jordi, what about your sentences? Thank you, Samara. I'm going to check.
Me equivoqué, teacher, pensé que lo había puesto más abajo la segunda, pero lo envié.
Why? What's going on with you? It's because it's weekend already? So today is Saturday, right? Are you going to go to a mall, to enter a mall, to Las Brisas? I don't know. Which places are you going to visit today? Or are you going to stay at home? Try to go out and visit some places. So in that way you practice your English. No, Edson, what about you, your answers?
Enseguida, teacher, un momento.
Okay. Dana, what about your answers? Abigail? Okay, thank you, Abigail. Every weekend you go at the mall? Okay, that's good. You visit restaurants, you go to clothing stores. So you buy clothes, cosmetics, and food. I go to the video games and I go to the movie theater. Abigail, do you usually go alone or with your friends or with your family? Or do you like going alone? ¿Le gusta ir sola por su cuenta? How do you go? Go to the video games and I go to movies with my family. Okay, that's perfect. Thank you so much, Abigail. You have improved. There are no mistakes. What about the rest? Only Abigail goes to the mall? Okay, thank you so much, Fernando. Okay, so you go once every 3 months, Fernando? How do we say una vez? In English, we say once, right? You remember? I go once every 3 months. Okay, you like going to a Starbucks? You like drinking a coffee at the Starbucks? I usually buy t-shirt and shoes. Don't forget the position of sometimes. Yes, we're going to say I sometimes go with friends. We go to the restaurants and ice cream. Oh, I forgot about ice creams. Well, I don't like a lot ice creams, but yeah. I sometimes go with friends. We go to the restaurants and ice cream stores, right? Thank you, Samara. I go shopping at the mall 1 every 3 months. Once. Yes, don't forget the word once. Once every 3 months. Una vez cada 3 meses, right? I visit sneaker stores, so shoe stores. I buy sneakers. I'm going to eat with my family. Okay, what do you eat? Do you eat in a special restaurant? Do you have a favorite food? No more answers. Only Samara, Fernando, Abigail, and Juan. Well, Juan Carlos, no, he copies. So, Juan Carlos, you already finished your own sentences?
Me falta una pregunta.
Okay. What about you, Jordi, Dana? I didn't see your answers. Sebastian, please hurry up. Yes, what about you, Janet? Okay, I'm going to wait 3 more minutes, and that's going to be. So, meanwhile, I'm waiting for your answers. Do you have any problem about the workbook, unit number 5? Or what about the recording, the conversation with your classmate? Do you already have a classmate, a partner to work with, or not yet? Let's talk with Abigail. Abigail, you have already your partner? In order to do the conversation?
Yes, teacher, se la mandé.
Okay. Yes, I received your message, but I prefer that you first of all send me your conversation written. So in that way I check your conversation and then you record. Sí, prefiero que primero me lo manden lo que escribieron, su diálogo escrito, y luego yo se los corrijo, se los envío y luego lo graban.
Ah, yeah, teacher.
Okay. Juan Carlos, don't forget the position of adverbs. Adverbs of frequency. I sometimes go shopping to my local store. I visit the music store and the art gallery. I don't usually buy clothes. Number 3 is correct. I don't usually buy clothes. Okay, we cook at home every day. Yeah, that's good. Only number 1. Yes. Sometimes go shopping.
Okay.
Edson, you finish your sentences? Thank you, Jordi. I go shopping at the mall once a year. Sí, menos que yo. Una vez al año. I visit some restaurants. Don't forget the restaurants. I rarely buy clothes. I usually go to restaurants with my family. Okay, number 4 goes similar to me. I go shopping at the mall every weekend. I visit the sneaker stores. So we're gonna say shoe stores, right? I buy clothes and food. I normally go to the restaurants with my family. Okay, thank you, Janet. So Pedro goes every weekend. So the answers look similar. That's strange. Well, the purpose of this is not to copy, right? Is that I want you to think and start writing your own sentences. Go shopping at the mall once a year. Go to local clothing stores. Okay. And I don't go to restaurants. Sebastian, how do we write months? With THS. Go shopping once a month.
Sí, teacher, que mi autocorrector no me he dado cuenta.
Okay, I buy video games, usually in restaurants. Okay, thank you so much for your sentences. So the purpose of this is to start writing, right? Is that you can communicate. I know that it's easy to copy and paste, but that's not the purpose, ¿sí? El objetivo no es que copien y lo peguen. Yo sé que es rápido, pero así no van a aprender cuando tengan que escribirlo ustedes mismos o cuando ustedes tengan que comunicarse. Aquí, como estamos en nivel básico, A2, la idea es esa, escribir bien una oración. Saber cuál es el sujeto, el verbo conjugarlo con el sujeto y escribir el complemento, ¿no? Si no pueden hacer eso bien, es difícil que pasen a un nivel superior como el B1, que es el siguiente nivel que les toca. So, it depends on you. Sí, ya depende de cada uno. Total, son ustedes mismos que se hacen daño. Okay, so don't forget, please, about the conversation. Yes, that it's for Monday. Les estoy dando hasta el lunes. Prefiero que primero me pasen su diálogo escrito. Así puedo corregirles algún que otro error. Y luego lo graban. Yes? If you have any question or any problem with the workbook, you can ask me too. So we're going to stop here the class. I'm going to stop recording. Yep.